All right. I thought that I wanted to put this at the very beginning. Merch by Amazon is a service created by Amazon, and some people get to be a part of Merch by Amazon, and some don't. And you give them your work, and they think about it, and then they let you know if they want you to be a part of it or not. And I think it's an honor, and I am happy that I am a part of Merch by Amazon. I have no complaints at all. The discussion that is to follow here is a discussion about me talking about how Google handles Merch by Amazon items as a search topic. But I don't think Amazon is owned by Google or vice versa, and I'm not complaining in any way. I'm happy to be a part of Merch by Amazon. I think it's pretty cool. And I just thought that I wanted to mention that at the very beginning here. No complaining, just wondering. That's all this is. And again, welcome everybody. I realized I probably should talk about context. I know that the storytelling people and the advertising people say that people who tell stories and explain things always want to start with setting the scene and context. And the professional storytellers and advertisers keep reminding them of that famous song where the singer is saying a little less context and a lot more storytelling. But the way I think, whenever someone is telling me a story, I keep wanting to know, well, where did this come from? How does this fit into everything? The big view. And it's hard to listen to the story if you don't have what it's all coming from. So I thought I would discuss that first. And I know that the person who created that song had a somewhat younger significant other, and the significant other, looking at the world of the internet, said, remember that other song, a little less storytelling and a lot more imaging. So I'll get some pictures for you. This seems pretty. I'll just stay here for a minute. I wanted to mention what is called laser powder metal 3D printing. A laser is involved, metal powder is involved. What they discovered with lasers is that the light of the laser can be focused a lot to a very small point. All of the energy of the laser is then focused to that point, and that point becomes hotter and hotter. It becomes hot enough that it can melt metal, including the exotic metals like titanium and tungsten and manganese and ceramics and the ultra unbelievable alloy stainless steels. All of those can be melted. And you can take the laser, you can take the metal, grind it down to a very small powder, a small size granule in the powder, and spray the powder out. The powder can be sprayed out into a cloud about the size of a raisin, and the laser point is about the size of 1/200th of a raisin, and it's right in the middle of that cloud. And the only place where the metal granules melt is where that laser point is. So you can force the metal to deposit itself in a very specific way. And with a CNC type 2-axis, 3-axis, 4-axis, 5-axis control of where that laser is pointing, you can begin to create a three-dimensional structure. And the people, of course, got the exotic metals and started making aerospace parts with it because that's where the money is. But I wanted to explore the concept of, well, let's make something beautiful. let's just create a laser 3D metal or ceramic powder 3D structure created only for the purpose of being beautiful. And I tell the story of like the child in the ice cream shop, and there's 30 flavors, and you say to the child, which flavor? And the child says, all of them. And you're like, well, come on. We can't do that. I'll let you get 4. Do you want 4? And the child says, yes, I'll take 4 different flavors, 1 scoop of each. And you're like, what else do you want? And the child says, all of it. Whatever you can do, I want that. Well, do you want banana slices? Yes. Do you want sprinkles? I do want sprinkles. Well, you want the chocolate sprinkles or the multicolor sugar sprinkles? I want them both. Well, do you want that walnut, ground up chunks of walnut in that sticky sweet syrup on there? Absolutely, I want that. And whipped cream? Of course. Put that on top. And a cherry? Yes. In fact, how many cherries? As many cherries as you will put on there. That's what I want. So, in terms of a laser, powder metal, powder ceramic, 3D object of beauty, I wanted to have all of it. All the ways you can make something beautiful. It was intriguing to me to show that, design it, and put it on the internet, hoping that somebody would do it. And I wanted to use tungsten as the underlying support structure. Tungsten is strong and tough and has the same density as gold. So if you're holding a structure made of tungsten that has gold plated onto it, it will be and feel like gold unless you know how to test for that. So a tungsten support, I wanted a polished platinum surface on it, a mirror platinum surface. I wanted gold structures on top of that. I wanted gold lettering. I wanted holes or spaces in it and put gems in there. I wanted to put diamonds and rubies in those holes. And I wanted it to add a little color. And so what I wanted to add was color from ceramic, which is from sapphire, which is a ceramic. And if you go to Google and type wholesale gem supplies, you can find sapphires. And what it turns out is sapphire comes in all sorts of different colors based on what the impurity is in the sapphire. I did not know this. All right, so here we go. All I did was go to Google and type, what did I type? Sapphire wholesale gems. We have the largest collection of sapphires. All right, let's go take a look at what they have. And over here are sapphires, blue, pink, yellow, whatever that is, green, purple, unique colored. Look at this. These are all different colors of sapphires. And they have sapphires like this, 2 carat, but they have them in a much, much smaller sizes. And they're not this expensive. It's my opinion that you can grind this sapphire into a powder and put it in your laser 3D printing system and spray this powdered sapphire out and melt it with the laser, and you would be able to deposit this green color onto your underlying surface of platinum or gold or whatever you made your underlying surface. And this is a completely separate topic. I hate to wander, but what if you took all of these colors and gave them to an artist and said, let's just look at another one for a second here. And this to me is like wandering through the cookie store looking at cookies. But here is wholesale loose blue sapphires. Loose sapphires from Israeli diamonds. Natural Sapphire Company. Untreated yellow, pink, blue sapphires. Wholesale sapphire. bulk gemstones. Okay, let's take a look at that one. Well, here we like it's blue. People like blue, but there, see, these are collections of sapphire colors. And of course, the current way the world is, everything is not available anymore. But I just wanted you to see all those colors. And if you had all those colors and you could spray them, you could grind them up into a powder color. See, here's all your colors, multicolor. And deposit them. $173 per lot. That's not very expensive. And the question becomes, if you sprayed these colors out, gave them to an artist and said, use these colors to do a portrait, I think they could make a portrait of a person, a face. And this is sapphire deposited onto platinum, and the platinum is on an underlying support structure of tungsten. And on the back, you can have raised gold letters like, I did love you, I do love you, I will always love you. That's on the back of it. You turn it over and you have this portrait of this significant other. And I think a portrait in sapphire would last for eternity. It would never, nothing would ever happen to it unless you hit it with a hammer or an oxyacetylene torch or something. That's intriguing to me. So anyway, I wanted to have some color and I wanted to have everything. And so this is the structure. Oh, and this occurred to me to do this during the Christmas season or the holiday season. So I created a Christmas related, a religious coin. But, you know, you can create whatever coin you want. This is a political season. You could have a coin with a big T on it, and it would be a Trump coin. And on one side, it would say peace, prosperity, happiness. On the other side, it would say resolve, strength, victory. And it would be, you know, again, platinum on tungsten with these different colors of sapphire making the letters, and maybe Trump's face or any other political group. And that would be very pretty and forever. I could see a farmer with a coin, and one side of it says, to the powers of the universe, please, I need more rain. If you would, the rain that you're creating, let it fall on my property. And the other side of the coin would say, please, to the powers of the universe, thank you so much for all this rain, but I would like to make a request that you now stop this rain and let it go fall somewhere else, because I really have had as much rain as I need. And that would be a coin that he could carry in his pocket. That's the interesting idea to me of these coins, is a discussion point on one side and a complementary or contra discussion point on the other side. So there you go. And I'll just show you an image of what I created. All right, so, and here's the coin that I created. We're looking at it inside of Keyshot, which is my rendering program. And, you know, it's set to render it so it's really pretty. And the coin has two sides to it. It has a red side with rubies. You're seeing the rounded face of the rubies. You're seeing the point of the diamonds. And on the other side of it is a gold side where you're seeing the rounded face of the diamonds and you're seeing the point of the rubies. And well, let's see if we can look at just one coin. All right, and so I've taken one coin out, and we're looking at this on my keyshot rendering program. So this is the yellow sapphire surround with a highly polished platinum. The way this works, you have to look at the number of samples as it resolves this. All right, well, I had to get this settled down. Here's one of the coins. This is the red side of the coin. And it has, now the way this works is you have to let it resolve. We're using the NVIDIA card. And as it resolves, it gets prettier. But this is a gold surround, gold letters. It's a platinum mirror finish background with the pink sapphire surround. It's just colors. It's made to be pretty. It's got the red rubies here. And you'll notice that we're looking at the, let's see here, set the camera target. Set the camera target there. We're looking at the, on the red side of the coin, the rubies are the red side. So we're looking at the surface of these rubies that are cut in a teardrop configuration. And you'll notice on the red side with the diamonds that are in there, we're looking at the tail end of the diamonds. Here is a diamond. So on the red side, we're looking at the tail end of the diamonds. They're cut in that teardrop cut. And we're looking at the rounded portion of the rubies. And the surface itself is a mirror polish finish, so that these letters reflect down into this platinum. And again, the whole point of this was just to say, let's see how pretty we can make this. So and so this is the again, this is the red side. And if you turn the coin over, this is the gold side. And on this side, again, you have that mirror polished platinum finish. And now we're looking at the diamonds. We're looking at the point of the rubies, and we're looking at the rounded surface of the diamonds. And this surround is a yellow sapphire. And it's just pretty. That's all it is. It's just something to be pretty. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I think this is nothing more, really, than me demonstrating that I don't understand search engine optimization. But it's been intriguing. Merch by Amazon. Here it is. What is merch by... That's what I typed into Google. What is Merch by Amazon? Merch by Amazon is an on-demand t-shirt printing service. So if you get accepted to be a member of Merch by Amazon, then you can send them your images and they will put them on a t-shirt for you. And they add their cost, and you can add to that whatever amount of price you want to create income for yourself. I never, on my designs, never really added. I think I added $1 because that's the minimum you can add. I just wanted to take what I was talking about and make it more visible. And of course, if you do that, it's hard not to say to yourself, well, I wonder what happened. Is anybody purchasing my product, or what does the Google world of Google and Google search think of what I created? I created a product. I named it Turning Prayer. It was a Christmas present item, a coin that you could carry in your pocket. One side of the coin had one type of a thought on it, and the other side of the coin had a different thought. One side of the coin, the thought was directed toward yourself, and the other side of the coin was directed outward to the world, to the universe. And so I created some images for Turning Prayer and put them, or sent them to Merch by Amazon to put them on a t-shirt. And I thought, well, this is interesting. I wonder if I can just go to Google and type in Turning Prayer and see what happens. Now, I suppose I'll go to Amazon first. I named my product line Piston Robot because I have a website named Piston Robot, and that seemed reasonable to me. I do have some t-shirts using robot images. Same concept. So I'm in Google and I typed Amazon merch Piston Robot, and these are some of my Piston Robot images that I sent. Here's some robot stuff. This is just some fun stuff that I sent to Amazon, and they accepted it and made a t-shirt of it. And I thought, well, I wonder what's going on. And the robot stuff is interesting, but I thought the Turning Prayer was a little more of a concrete, specific item that you could really look at. So I decided to look at that to see what that's doing. And I thought, well, I knew that I had named my product line Piston Robot, but I was kind of curious whether the whole concept of the Turning Prayer had made it out into the world of Google search. Now, it was a Christmas present or a Christmas season item, so it has a religious, it is a religious item. For the people who find discussions about religion to be troublesome, then don't listen to this video. But I created it around Christmas time, and it seemed appropriate to me to make a Christmas thing. So that's what it is. And so now, instead of specifically going to where I know that I am, I thought, well, I will just type in Turning Prayer and see what happens. And so there I have typed it into the search bar of Google and hit enter. And so now we're in Google at the topic of Turning Prayer, and here is some of my work from 77 million results. And here's the real actual Google question that I have, which I cannot answer. Is this being shown to me because I am me and Google knows who I am and have altered how they display their display so that it has an orientation or an optimization for me? Or if someone in Iowa or Taiwan or Beijing or I don't know, Brazil typed in on their Google, typed in this phrase, is this what they would see? So I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. But my work is mostly visual, so I thought, well, I'll go look at what the images look like. And so now I'll click on the images. And here they are. And I am image 1 of line 1 of page 1 under the topic of turning prayer. And my real opinion of this is, come on, me? I'm nobody. I couldn't be less important. How in the world did I get to be image 1 of line 1 of page 1? And so I thought, oh, well, maybe Google has cached their display page to me. And since it's just me typing turning prayer, they're not actually running their search engine. They're just displaying to me the cached page for me that they created a long time ago, because that's faster. And I thought, well, okay, in settings, there's a possibility that you can work on that problem. So I went to Google settings, privacy and security, clear browsing data. Browsing. Now, a lot of Google, you have to be careful what you clear out, because it makes you have to re-log into everything. But I've discovered you can clear your browsing history, your download history, and your cached images, and when you do it, it says, okay, there, I did it. But it doesn't seem to mess up the way your computer works, so I can clear that data. And this would say to me that now if I ask a question to Google, Google's going to have to use its search engine to actually create Google's answer for my question. And I think we can close this. So we did that. We cleared the browsing data. We're back here at turning prayer. So we'll ask turning prayer again. I don't know what that means. Now, what's weird, if you click on this, it shows it there and go back. And I thought, well, maybe you can search engine optimize your own work. Simply just click on it. This is very interesting. I wanted them to see the little turning prayer box here. And so it says, when you look, be sure to see the turning prayer. Never did I notice that this looks like a little face with 2 eyes and a smile. It's funny, you don't see what you see when it's your own stuff. And so I thought, okay, I'll click on these. I don't have the time to do much more than this. I thought I would try to make an image of what the words look like. I created it in the 3D drawing program, and I decided to blow it up so you can see what the words are. And what's interesting is this used to be like right here, page 1, line 15. And if I do this, if I click on it and go back, it seems to move it up. But again, my question that I have is Google doing this just for me? Or is this changing the way that this question is displayed to everybody who types into, look, see right there, see this one? I like this one. This is kind of pretty. I think it's got too much green in it, which makes it ugly. But the coins are reflective, and they're reflecting the grass. To me, this is pretty. I made some little hands to hold the coin. That's one side of the coin, that's the other side of the coin. But if the question I have is, now where is this? This is, I've lost where it was, but it's not, oh, there it is, right there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 lines down. The question is, if I keep clicking like that, will it move up? I don't know. Are they doing that for me? Are they doing it for every human being on the planet who types in turning prayer? I don't know. And I thought, well, that's pretty weird. This is a religious topic. The Catholic Church is pretty religious. You'll need a lot of this stuff. Looks like Catholic Church stuff. And I thought, gosh, I would love to know what Google looks like in Italy. And is this what Google displays in Italy, or does Google display something else in Italy? And what I discovered was Google has its own Google. I got to be careful. It looks like on Google that Google has its own Google for each country. I don't know if that's true or not, but you can type in Google Italy, and I see. I was on images. We don't want to be on image. Let's go to all. And you have this https www.google.it. And that means Google of Italy, I think. So if you click that, you're in Google of Italy, which is interesting, I guess. And so let's just type here the turning prayer. Now I'm typing in English. And there it is again. And I'm like, is this what the people of Italy are seeing? Are the people of Italy seeing this? An Italian person in Italy? And there they are. That just seems, I mean, some of this is different, a little bit different. And is this what the people of Italy, is this what they're going to see if they type turning prayer in? Now, I asked a person to translate turning prayer into what it would look like if it was written in Italian. And this person is a friend of mine who can speak Italian and had the opinion that this is, in essence, the concept of the turning prayer as written in Italian. So let's see what that does. And now it becomes very Italian looking. I mean, that seems like Italy to me. A lot of Italian imagery. And look at this. It's all changed around. Now, I guess I could, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me to go into the settings and clear out my cache, because I don't know that Google has their cache for me for Google America and another cache for Google Italy. I just don't know. But look at this one. This one made it up to line 1, 2, 3, image 5. I did another one, Google Israel. Google Israel is harder to find. And so I typed in Google Israel. Now, Google Italy was google.it, but Google Israel is google.co.israel. I assume that this is Google Israel. I don't know that for sure. And we can try to type in, let's see what happens. Images. See, I don't know. Here's Google. So am I in Google of Israel? Is this what the people of Israel see if they type in turning prayer? I mean, it's running backwards. I mean, it's running right to left, so I believe it is Google Israel. And we can try. Let's try turning prayer in Italian. And the question is am I now in Israel typing in a question in Italian? I mean, this looks Italian. And the reason why I did this is a Christmas type of thing. I would, in my opinion, that a topic like this may not show up much in Israel because it's not Catholic. It's not Italy. But there it is. It's very interesting. And I thought, well, I can do another investigation. I think this gets me back to America. No, I don't think so. So let's just make this Google. All right, I don't know exactly how to get myself back to Google. I think that's Google. Looks like Google. Merch by Amazon asked me to do some images for pop sockets. So I thought, okay, I'll do an image for a pop socket. I didn't even know what a pop socket was, but I thought, okay, let's see what happens. And the whole pop socket, I mean, I think it's useful for people who need that. It seemed a little, to me, whimsical. So I did an image for the pop socket and decided to call that person Whimsy Bling. Would be a lady with the name of Whimsy Bling. So let's type in Whimsy Bling. And this is Google. There it is. And what's interesting, when I did this, Whimsy Bling turns out to be I think it's called a domain name that was available, so I purchased it. But there's the little pop socket with Whimsy Blings on it. Line 1, image 1, page 1 of Google. And this, now, when I did the turning prayer creation, it took 3 or 4 months for it to get to line 1, image 1. But Whimsy Bling went to line 1, image 1 in like 4 days. And has been there ever since. I can't even remember. I think I created her face 4 or 5 years ago. It's all very interesting. I just don't know. Maybe there's people who understand this. I don't, I don't know that I mind one way or the other. I just am having trouble believing that I myself have been sent to this position by Google, unless Google somehow knows who I am and is preparing a display page for me that is just for me. That seems to me the most reasonable explanation. Anyway, a mystery. Thanks everyone for watching. What fun.